are live.
Yo.
Hey, and welcome to episode 9 of your favorite wrestling podcast. I'm Crunk Chocolate, and I'm here with my show bro, my wrestling podcast partner. It is Grego. How you doing? How you feeling, homie?
I am delightful. It is SummerSlam week. Getting ready to feel the heat. And it's a very blue Atlanta given the festivities going on in the city right now.
Yada 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 yada.
And yeah, it's doing all right, man.
Bro, the world we're in nowadays, like things are crazy.
So I've been told.
It's fun. I feel like you got to enjoy it.
You have to. I mean, it's wild times in this country. You gotta protect yourselves and your couches, apparently. So
No. Oh man, we are live on FanFest, where we are every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Most of the time, I might have double booked myself next week, so I gotta figure some things out. But mark it in your calendars. We'll let you know. The best way to enjoy us is through FanFest Live, and obviously, if you're on Twitter or YouTube, you can leave a comment, but we cannot see it here on FanFest Live. I can see it on another team, but there's an upgrade for FanFest Live on the way, a revamp. There will be things to give away, prizes to win, games, and yeah, it's going to be a good time over there. So what you need to do is hop over here, register. All they ask for is a name and an email. That is all. But also, if you're listening post and just like on a podcasting app, please rate 5 stars, review. We appreciate that. Thumbs up, all those good things. If you're watching this after the live on YouTube, leave a comment still. I see them. We appreciate them. We appreciate you. And then
indeed.
And social media, yada yada, YFW podcast. We're on all of them. Check us out. In today's episode, we're gonna start with the pick heard around the world. Mercedes Moné being messy, leaking a photo of Tony Khan and Shane McMahon in an office together talking.
Yeah.
SummerSlam is this weekend, so I figured we would go through the card, talk some storylines, giving predictions.
Indeed.
Let's get it. Okay. The rumors were swirling around for a while, honestly, but then the photo, it was out. That's why I was like, what photo in the message? I was like, oh, what? Why does Tony Khan look so shocked? Did Mercedes have the shutter on?
No. So of course, the way that picture looks, it looks like, if you look at the picture, there you have Tony Khan and Shane McMahon across from each other at this big boardroom table. There's a little packet by a cup, presumably coffee, I guess, or water, whatever. And of course, given the rumors and innuendos out there regarding Tony Khan, I was like, that looked like a bag of yayo. Because at first I didn't recognize Shane. I was like, is this Tony's pusher that
Oh my God.
I was like, who
I mean,
is, what,
yes.
because the look on Tony's face, he was like he's on the episode of Cheaters. He was like, oh my God, it's not what you think. And yeah, it's of course, like you said, it's something that's been at least rumored about for at least the last month or two, as far as the possibility of Shane McMahon possibly doing something with AEW. Because for those of y'all that don't know, with the acquisitions with WWE and TKO and Endeavor, essentially the McMahon family as a whole are out. The only real tie that's left is Triple H, and he's not on the board. He might have some shares, but for the most part, Vince, Shane, Stephanie, they all got bought out. So
Mhm.
he is in a position where if he wanted to do that, he can. So um, I think
And
it's
he
been
should, and it needs it. He
um
obviously needs help somehow, some way. I think even if it's in the way things can do, like they need to grand it up. They still need attention. They need attendance. I think he can help that. Not wrestling. I think the
oh god no,
mind
like
of
he doesn't need to wrestle.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like he need like Tony at this point needs Shane's business mind
Exactly.
and experience because
Exactly.
it's not like even though you know by and large the old man was the man running the show. It's not like Shane wasn't exposed to producing a show and directing a show, and obviously with the inner workings of a wrestling company. So my only question there would be if you're going to bring in a person like Shane McMahon, it can't be just as a simple office job, and it can't even really be as um an executive, so to speak. I think that you need to like be offering some type of piece of this company
Oh,
to
1,000%.
Shane,
Yes.
and otherwise, he could be doing a lot of other things with his time and his money, and it's like why have him in that frame if you're not going to really push him to really be a part of this because otherwise it's going to be like hey like what skin in the game does the McMahon have in another wrestling company that's not WWE? Like you have to give them skin in the game.
Well, and I don't think people will care unless it is said that he owns a part of it. Because yeah, him being a part of it, everybody would still think it's like a storyline, and he's a paid actor or something like that. It
Mm-hmm.
needs to be an announcement that the McMahon is tied to it. I think that carries a cachet. A lot of people really enjoy Shane, and I mean, unless I hear him hearing differently, but people always spoke highly of him. Like they also knew that he wasn't quite that guy, business guy, quite yet. But I think he could, if he's not the old man's level of acumen, he's close. He's earned enough being in and around it, and certainly could help AEW.
Oh, absolutely. I think that if nothing else, again, it's definitely about operating in a manner of just straight up organization because I feel like there's been so many things that have come out in recently as far as just the overall lack of organization that AEW has, and um, I think that Shane carry in his own regard carries enough cachet that's like people will at least listen to him and hope. Well, at least that's the hope. At least I know AEW doesn't have the greatest record as far as people listening to vets, but I
Yeah.
think that you know again like when you say McMahon, it's like hey, like it's people that you need to pay attention to as far as knowing how this shit is supposed to work, even if it's not done the WWE way. There's still just basic shit as far as just like a foundation. Like, hey, how do we format a show? How do we like explaining why referees matter? Like that kind of stuff that I think gets glossed over way too much with AEW, and uh, um, I am I am cautiously optimistic that something might be worked out, but at the same time, I just worry that Tony is going to be like, it's still my show. It's like I have to do it. Like it has to be only me. It can only be me. I've had this dream since I was 11 years old. I'm like, you got to learn how to, show some flex and be like, hey, I don't know it all. Like I might want to step back and, you know, let people who have the experience and more experience, at least, break things down to where this is a functional wrestling company.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't really have any more to add on to it until something more comes out to it, because I don't have a really
I mean, like
tight.
there's so much with that picture that can be insinuated, and it's just again like there's really like how much can you really do until like an announcement is made? It's like you're just speculating all day long,
Exactly.
and like that's kind of what keeps guys like us, at the table. But at the same time, it's like how long can you keep guessing until something happens?
Not long when it comes to AEW for me, I guess. All right. Well, let's talk some SummerSlam. Unless there's some more things you want to read into this photo.
No, I just think it's funny as hell that like my only thing is like why leak it? I mean, obviously it gets people talking and keeps and gets people buzzing, but I'm just like, what if they just said nothing and then out of nowhere Shane just showed up?
I
Like
know
that would have been
that would have been
absolutely nuts.
huge, and that's the story of AEW. They cannot hold back and build a story long enough to actually get that good pop. They just want that. Ah, with it, they just get so giddy.
They remind me of Tommy Boy. Just they had the pretty little pet.
Oh man! All right, let's talk some SummerSlam.
Yeah,
All right, so we're gonna do a watch along for it.
I think so. I think that's the plan. I think we have gotten to the point where the PLE watch alongs might be a little fun. So
Right? Okay.
if you,
What kind of viewer are you? Are you like the calm and reserved type? Do you get into it? Are you a happy clapper?
I mean, it all depends on how good the shit is. I mean, I I don't clap at bullshit. I like if it's good and it actually kind of can suck you in. I mean, like you're talking to a guy that's been watching wrestling for the better part of what 35 years now. So it's like
Oh,
I've
you're
seen a
a
lot.
sensible type.
I've
Okay.
seen a lot,
All
but at the same
right.
time, it doesn't mean that there isn't shit today in
Mhm.
2024 that can impress me. I think that's I think in recent like since Triple H has taken over, I think I've at least been shown that hey, people can still do new shit and or at least give old shit a fresh coat of paint to where it's like, oh, I like how they did that now.
Hmm.
And but yeah, I think that like it's funny because obviously we had the moment last year with CM Punk coming back after the Survivor Series. Like I remember I was at my old crib and watching the show in my bedroom. I was by my desk like this here, and just I was kind of in the mode of starting to tune out the show because of course it was like right there at the end of War
Yeah.
Games, and then all of a sudden you just heard that. I was like, "Get the fuck!" Like if I had the cameras on me, it would have been absolutely perfect because it was like no, like let's fucking go. But yeah, like there are a lot of matches that I'm looking forward to. I think that we're finally starting to get past that post WrestleMania lull where it was like
Mm,
for a while it was kind of like yeah, but
hmm. Where are we going?
yeah, but I think that now we're starting to get their engine rev back up and get into some good stuff. And yeah, like I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
Yeah, and I'm what WWE wrestling fans technically love, or the wrestling companies. I'm just the dumb person who loves everything. I am just over here laughing and clapping, and unless it's painfully obvious that you guys have messed up, I'm in. I'm enjoying it. I'm not too critical. There, like, if it's boring, I'll say it's boring, but for the
Yeah,
most part I'm trying to stay locked in with you guys. I try not to tweet during matches because I can quickly fall
that's
out of it, and I
that's
think you
that's
have
the
to
one thing
be.
that I want to get better at because especially like like we're typically watching Raw and SmackDown. Like I know at least I'm able to watch that of course is on right now while we're recording, and it's something where it's like when like you don't. it's like I do get so locked in sometimes. It's like, yeah, I don't think about it until after the fact. It's like, oh yeah, I should have said something right there. But yeah, you just be that locked in. But I think that Saturday night is going to give us a lot of good moments where it's like, oh yeah, we got to tweet about that.
Well, yeah, well, naturally. I just, especially nowadays with Triple H, he's really helping people tell stories in their matches where it's they're trying to nail a match or nail a move. They fought each other this many times, so they know each other. And I feel like if I'm too busy like scrolling trying to find a funny tweet when half of the stuff is just like the same things retweeted and reworded and regurgitated, I mean, it's whatever. So that's the only reason why I try not to. I mean, this is a new thing. Like I was doing it, but I find myself like missing part of a match because
You try to find something clever, like the people who are able to do that. Whether it's soccer, whether it's wrestling, whether it's basketball, it's like the level of like you got to just have like an encyclopedia of just like
mm-hmm.
references to be like, oh yeah, this clip will work just right with this moment here. It's
Yeah, and
like,
I'm not there with wrestling quite yet.
yeah,
And yeah, and so it takes me a little bit to get locked in, especially when I said there's build, and on top of it, some of these crowds they don't really be giving you the like letting you know when you're supposed to be tapping in because usually it's the crowd going ooh and stuff like that, and in reality these people are killing it, but in my brain I'm not hearing the crowd yelling and supporting too much. Cleveland, I mean, I know they're gonna bring it. The point is, there's only one match that isn't a title match,
which is
so
which is kind of weird when you think about it, but at the same time, like
they're
there's so
bringing it for
many
Cleveland.
there's so many belts now that it's almost like how can you not only do championship matches, but of course the one match that doesn't involve a belt is probably the hottest um angle of all of them. It's just they've managed to keep this thing going for the last 7 months, and we're finally
Yeah,
at a
that's
point where
where we're gonna
it's like we're
start.
finally going to get at least our first payoff on it.
Okay, so perfect. We can start exactly there, my bro. Drew, CM Punk, like you said, been having this feud for damn near a year. Rollins missing out on his chance to win the belt from El Capion. He's
Mm-hmm.
inserted himself as a special referee. Okay, so this pin will happen when he wants. The submissions will happen when he wants. He can count to 10, to 20, to a million. Seth freaking Rollins, normally, full of himself, huge personality, ego, but with the power to make the two people that he hates so much like bow beneath the glory under his elevated heels, boots. Like, how you? What's your thoughts on all of this? This is like you said, it's huge heat right now. The crowd's gonna be crazy, and that I mean, before we get to the promo, because the promo was great. Every person had their own
Was it
little
though?
jabs.
Was it though? I surprisingly, I actually have some. I think I got kind of lost in the sauce on Monday, but I mean, overall, I think that again, like we've managed to have this angle burned for the last 7 months without much direct physicality between Punk and Drew, or better yet, with Punk and Seth. Even since Seth has come back, I think that there's not a lot of wrestlers out here today that would have been able to pull that off. Other like I think maybe Punk, I think maybe MJF, um, maybe to a lesser extent Roman, um, but like at least like current generation wrestlers, that's a skill that very few possess, and you know the fact that you've had the willingness, I think, from Punk's end to stay visible while he's been out, I think that's been absolutely huge because I think that he's managed to keep people interested in him, despite him being injured. And in effect, he's been able to keep this angle going for all this time. Like I said, without much of a like. I think the most physicality they've really even had was the little bit at the Scotland pay per view when he interfered at the as the he tried to sneak in as the ref and everything. But it's uh it's something that I think for a lot of people, it's like you can't wait because keep in mind, since Punk has come back, we have yet to see him like wrestle a singles match since he's come back. Like the only match he did on broadcast was the Royal Rumble. So we've yet to see him work a singles match since what All in at Wembley last year. So it's been we're going on nearly a year. So to see where he's at now, it looks like he's been like working out real bit.
He
Like he
does.
looks like he looks
He
swole
does.
as fuck
He
now.
does. He does.
And like there's a picture out here of him with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm like, when has Punk ever been that big? I'm like he is ready.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking it serious for real, for real. All right, who wins?
So I might be one of the biggest Punk fans out here,
Oh,
but I mean, look at me. I'm wearing Chicago shit as we record. However,
oh,
comma
oh.
the Seth dynamic just adds so much here, and I actually do think that Punk doesn't need the win here. I actually think that Drew needs to win here, and obviously this is an angle and feud that can go well beyond just one match. I'll be shocked if it only was this one match, and I think that um, with some with some type of interference from Seth, whether he costs Punk the match or just straight up screws him out of the match, I
Hey, he
think that.
told Seth to not screw him over.
I mean, I mean
Do
because
not screw me over.
I think that I mean because like we haven't even gotten back to that because remember that was supposed to be the match at Mania. So at some point we're going to get that we're going to run that one back.
Yeah.
So
So there we go.
yeah, I think that you can either do it a way to where you still have like another match with Punk and Drew, or you could have something where if Seth costs Punk the match, then you can kind of spin that off and it becomes Punk and Seth for you know through the fall and maybe by the Rumble or by Mania you finally get Punk getting his lick back on Drew. So uh, I'm gonna go with Drew on this one.
Mm, you make a very good point. I am, yeah, I think Drew, I'm with you. Drew needs this win. Because I have it here in my notes. I think whoever loses is going to be whoever gets screwed over. And that's who the feud with Seth is going to go. And if it's going to be CM Punk,
I mean, it's that like whoever like the the money is going to be whoever.
okay, so how do you think he's going to do it? Because I don't think it's going to be like a quick 1, 2, 3.
Oh no. I think that
I'm trying to.
I think so.
He's gonna
I think
screw them
someone's.
both over, but he's gonna finally screw CM Punk over.
I think that there's a lot of parallels between this angle and for those for you history buffs. It's not the police. Um, it's Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and The Undertaker from SummerSlam '96, I believe. And I don't know, it's '97 because it was right before the screw job, and of course, you know, I won't bore you with the with the super details, but what
You just
happened
gave
towards
me
the end.
homework. That's what I'm gonna go watch after this.
Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels was special referee. It was a world title match between Bret and Taker. Shawn, uh, Bret spit in Shawn's face. Shawn had a chair. He was trying to hit Bret. He ended up hitting Taker. That knocked out Taker. Bret and Shawn had to count the pin for Bret to win the world title. That ended up causing that turned Shawn heel, and he ended up having a feud with Taker for a couple months. That's what led to the first ever Hell in a Cell back in October '97. Of course, we're about to come up on the name of that pay per view was Bad Blood, which is coming here to Atlanta in October, and so it wouldn't shock me if there's a Hell in a Cell in a couple months here in Atlanta. And I said I see a lot of parallels, and I could definitely see a scenario where
CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, with against actually no, it would be okay. So in this situation, it would be Seth that caused Punk, so it would be Seth and Punk in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. I mean, that's mega if that happens. But
it could happen.
But CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell
in 2024. I mean, life's strange sometimes.
Right? Will he die?
I mean, look. I mean, the way he's looking right now, like he might be, born and ready for it. But I can only imagine that's going to be.
I mean,
hell,
he needs to make up for lost time, and coming back and doing a Hell in a Cell, like that would be.
It'd be brutal. It'd be serious. I mean,
but like I said, that would prove that to all the people that he has to prove that he's back, and he's like trying to prove himself and show his thing. Like doing a Hell in a Cell, like you can't fake a Hell in a Cell. You can't.
I mean, he's
like,
already
talked the way through a Hell in a Cell.
The rumor sheets, the dirt sheets have been talking about he's actually been trying to work out a new deal already with WWE that basically keeps him there essentially for life. So I think we're going to see, as long as he stays healthy, we're going to see as close to a full-time return as he can possibly get away with. I mean, obviously he's a special attraction nowadays, so it's not like he has to work week in and week out. But I definitely think that he'll work until the wheels fall off, until it no longer makes sense for him to work like that. And even after that, he'll probably be working backstage, whether it be with the main roster or possibly with NXT, because he's been working a lot down there. But I did find it interesting that he posted the other day he had either he was at Blood and Guts or very close by, because he definitely had a picture with Darby Allin and Brody King. But yeah, especially coming after when did we cover the picture with Jack Perry and Drew?
I don't think so.
Yeah. That got people buzzing a little bit last week. Drew posted a picture with him and Jack Perry, of course, given their connections with Punk. That got things buzzing for a bit, and I don't think the picture that Punk posted is any way to get back at that. But of course, he still got homies with AEW, and he was definitely somewhere close by.
Love it. All right. The Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov versus Braun Breaker. Plain and simple. LeBron Breaker has to win this belt after all the destruction.
I love that you're buying into the little LeBron.
Oh, it's too amazing to not, right? But yeah, all the destruction that he's left in his wake, all the spears out of nowhere. He basically murdered Ricochet. He has yet to come back.
Are you sure Ilya's in that match yet?
What?
Are you sure Ilya's in that match yet? Hold on, let me check. Hold on.
He hasn't been added into it yet. My bad. I thought he was. Well, anyway. It's just those two. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Why am I trying to throw Ilya in there? Anyway.
I mean, I love Ilya, but he ain't there yet.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, he murdered Ricochet. Ricochet is
Yes.
yet to come back. We haven't heard nothing about him. So to me, he's dead. You can't kill a man and then not win a title. Like, do you know how many more people he is going to have to murder to get another chance? Like, like it's just not going to be good for the WWE roster. So he has to win. He needs to win.
Yeah, I think that given how they have built up LeBron so far, I think that of course having him lose last well, I guess earlier this month at Money in the Bank, um that's that was a questionable decision, but I also think that again, given the platform that they're about to have, play wrestling at Cleveland Brown Stadium, so you're probably going to have at least like a good 50, 60,000 there. I think this is kind of like just the official coming out party of probably the next big thing
Yeah.
being LeBron Breaker.
Can you imagine 50,000 people?
Oh yeah, yeah, and you're at the home of the Dog Pound, so
Oh shit! Wow, let's go. Oh no, they're gonna go crazy for
so
him.
yeah, he will absolutely be getting some Dog Pound barks.
And
That
he's
that will
on like
absolutely happen.
his like fifth or sixth intro song. Like they're
Listen,
changing
listen.
it for him left and right. They don't know what works.
I'm it's the crew that they're using right now for their interest music is like it's just it's been an absolute I don't want to say it's a shit show, but it's just there's so many that are just fucking washed in mid and just absolute ass cheeks.
What
And
happened to the one where it was just the dogs barking and it was just dun 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 dun? Like that was great.
I have no idea. I don't know if it's a case of where because LeBron is a heel, they don't want to do something that really forces the engagement with the fans. You don't like that's one of
Oh
my pet
yeah, you can't
that's
cheer him.
that's
Oh
one of my
man.
pet peeves with a lot of the current theme songs across the board throughout all companies is like because like with Seth Rollins, like you have like the sing along theme songs like with him, Nakamura, Jericho, a couple other people, and it's like if you're a bad guy, why do you want fans engaging in your theme song? It's like you're supposed to be one these people to boo you. It's like instead you got people singing your shit. Like yeah, back when Bobby Roode was in NXT and the Glorious song came out, and everybody's doing the shit. It's like this dude's a heel, y'all know that, right? But it was just hey, we want to sing and just do our shit. It's like
But
stick.
also sometimes it's fun to root for a bad guy, and even with Bronze, it's it's barking. So I mean, it's just one of the dogs. It's not necessarily. It gives us a pop. That's what I'm. It's more than like chanting or. But I get what you're saying. You don't want people to be happy to see.
Yeah,
But you do need to signify what it is. So whatever they just need to throw the dogs before because sure they're not
I think
cheering but
I
they're
think
definitely barking and I think that's a pretty good thing. So you
I
sometimes want people to cheer for the bad guys
I
sometimes.
think that what they're struggling with right now, because of course, obviously, giving LeBron's lineage to his dad and his uncle. Of course, his dad had the barking. His uncle had the sirens with Big Papa Pump,
Oh, that's
and
fair.
it's like you're trying to
That's
mix those
fair.
two together.
That's
It's
fair.
like let that like find out what's going to make LeBron cook the way he can cook. And I get having a connection with the family, but just figure out what can work for him as him, and eventually the sirens, the barking. I'm pretty sure the barking's always going to be there in some
Yeah, the
shape or form.
barking's no, he does. He's too great.
Yeah,
He's too good at
but
it.
I think that it will become secondary, and people will just focus on LeBron for the badass that he is and it's going to be.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm there already. I don't think about that honestly. Like it should like sure like genetics
Mm-hmm.
like but I mean I think he's done a good job at being being himself as much as he can, right? Like, and especially with like the constant changing of his outfits and the music. Like that's really the only thing that's kind of throwing me off. Is he tough? Is he badass? He's badass, but then he comes out and he just has black, but then just like this random spatterings of like pink and purples and shit. It's just like, what's going on?
Actually, they're trying to, take from his family and turn that into his identity. And it's like I said, like figure out what makes LeBron LeBron. So once they do that, everything else will kind of fall into place.
Heard. All right. Shit, let's keep it moving. United States Championship. Logan Paul, LA Knight. LA Knight can win, and Logan Paul can go away for a while. He's done a great job showing the title off to a bunch of nerds on the internet. The U.S. Championship is a workhorse title, and LA Knight can be that guy. Yeah.
I think it's time. I think that, for all the momentum that LA Knight has shown over the past year and change, um, he doesn't have a belt to show for it. I mean, like he had the few opportunities for the world title back last year, but other than that, it's kind of like just been like he's kind of been in a holding pattern as far as just like how you're going to elevate him. I think that um, with Logan Paul, he's done a very good job with the U.S. title. I would actually argue that it may actually be time for him to try again and go for the world title at some point. But like I think that kind of in the same way I would talk about Roman Reigns last year. I think that it's time for the U.S. title to be an every week asset again
Yeah.
on the main roster, because like when you only get it like every month and a half, 2 months, it's like it almost gets forgotten about, and I'm like I think that it's useful when it's done right, and I feel like how Logan's used it is has been done right in its own way, but at the same time, it's time to go and hand it off to somebody else.
I'm with you. And LA Knight has plenty of people. He's spent this last time, the entire time he's been chasing Logan Paul, he's been setting up all of these people he can fight with,
Mm-hmm.
and all the other people who are fighting each other off of after he's fought them. So there's a really big middle tier in WWE, and I think they can have a lot of fun. A lot of these draft picks, these high draft picks, can get in here and get their chances.
It's time we need to get some yeah USA.
Yeah, and burn that shtick into the ground, which will make him a top guy, and then he can lose the title, go away for a little bit, and come back, win the Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank with a new shtick. He can like go away, tighten some things up, figure out what the new thing. He's a smart enough guy. He's a trendy enough guy. He can come back, let the people do the yeah, and then like slowly transition. Because all he has to do is just not respond back,
Yeah.
and people will stop doing it eventually, and he can go the other way. Or
Mm-hmm.
even opposite, he can just fucking go to no. People can go, yeah.
No,
You can be like, no.
no. No, actually, no. Like if I've been waiting. Like I watched a little bit of his stuff back when he was still in Impact, and he's got this thing when he was a heel, the dummy button. I've been. I'm like, I love him for him to bring that to WWE. Like, I think that would be just absolutely the most irritating shit ever in life. That would just like piss off so many people. But yeah, maybe one day. But right now, we got to get these yas off with the U.S. title.
We do. All right, World Heavyweight Championship: Damian Priest versus Gunther. Gunther going down as the nastiest heat in a long time, but I fucking love it. I really do. It's like good for him for not being afraid to go there, acting like he was about to apologize, and then doubling down. Like, oh my gosh, I was like losing it. Oh man, when he pins Damian Priest, the booze that will start ringing is going to give Paul Levesque a hard on in the production room.
Oh no, I feel like I feel like the crowd's gonna be split 50-50 on this one, just because. I mean, I think it's easy to recognize that in the ring, there's few wrestlers like Gunther. Like, he just brings a level of believability that few wrestlers are able to give nowadays, and I think that he's definitely gonna get some cheers. However, what he's so good at is he'll see that and then give people a reason to be like, no, 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 no. I am not the person you cheer. I am the person you boo. You are supposed to hate me and for X, Y, and Z reasons. So, like, when they come on Monday talking about we have a new world champion and they start doing that you deserve it bullshit, they'll be like, oh no, no, no. I am not here because of you. I am not here.
No, that's fair. He really is that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves it. And
We need proper heels like that again, because yeah, like people get so wrapped up in wanting to be liked, and it's like it's nice to have somebody who just does is not worried about being liked.
yeah, and that's what's gonna make me like him. Honestly, I like those people. I'm tired of these blue-eyed baby faces. Let's get them out of here. So I'm already burying my lead for what I'm gonna say later. But WWE's Women's Championship, Bailey versus Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax needs to win this because having Tiffy floating around her, helping and supporting Nia while also like staring at the case. Like I think it's gonna be before they inevitably do the split and she challenges her or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
takes her out from behind her back, whatever. I'm here for it though.
Um, there was a promo, like they did a face to face face off promo a couple weeks ago where I'm sure it wasn't a shoot, but at the same time, it definitely felt like one, where Bailey kind of told off Nia that she's at where she's at because she's reckless and
Oh
careless and
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
And just the reaction
Uh
that
huh.
Nia gave, where she was
Uh
like you look like she was about to cry, and
huh.
like, you ever just seen like one of those, like, the big girl or big dude, and like they get and they're kind of bullies like that, growing up, and then like you have a moment where it's like you get them so mad they just be crying and just be all blind hatred and
Yeah.
everything. I think we're gonna get something like that where it's like she's just gonna be so irate and mad that she's gonna fucking squash Bailey, and it's gonna look fucking crazy as shit. And and I think in that moment of anger, that is where Tiffy is going to pull up and cash in her briefcase, and it'll be done in a way that where she stays a heel and Nia stays a heel, because she's going to be so pissed not just at Bailey but also now at Tiffany. She's going to be even more of an asshole queen bitch. So is I think that it would. That's my prediction, is that Nia wins, but then Tiffy comes in and catches in on her, and she takes advantage of Nia's rage.
Man, I have Nia, but I kind of want to slow build this, but
I mean,
I
that could easily happen too.
yeah,
But like I said, my prediction would be,
yeah. I
yeah,
asked for your prediction.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
mean,
like
I definitely would not. I could see money in either scenario.
facts, 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 facts. Um, okay, let's talk this solo Sokoa Cody Rhodes before we get to the one I care most about, the battle of Daddy Dom. Daddy Dirty Dom.
They
Dirty
have to
Daddy
have
Dom.
they have to have a ladder match at some point, right? Be like, hey, custody of Dom, like Ray and Eddie did.
They need to put him literally in like a transparent cage with like a lock. Obviously, put holes in it. You know, we're not animals, but they need to just put him in like a little floating cage, and he's just like, "Mommy, get me out of here! Mommy, I'm scared."
Like I said, like just run it like they did with Eddie and Ray. Just for like, hey, is like just we're fighting for the winner gets Dom, and yeah.
Well, I mean, they can do that after whoever's. Hold on, see, we're already getting here. Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa. I don't care how Solo needs to win, and honestly, I want Roman Reigns nowhere near any of this.
The more I've thought about this, the more I'm like, I think, especially if the idea that Roman's going to come back at SummerSlam, I think Solo has to win. I think that,
but that's gonna like poo all on Solo's moment if the moment he wins, fucking Roman Reigns comes out.
yeah, but it's not about, it's not necessarily about Solo. It's more about now that Solo is champ, you have Roman coming back to try to reclaim his throne, and that's not to say that when that match happens that Roman's going to automatically win. I actually think that it'll be
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
I think it would actually be better if Solo beats Roman, and then you have you eventually have the scenario where that builds up to Survivor Series. They have their war games and all that stuff, and then and then you have old Dewey come back and be like, "Hey, thank you for this belt. The belt is now mine."
See, and what I would like to see is Solo beating everybody down. Everybody, they have the tag titles as well.
Yeah, because Jacob and Tama, they got the tag title belts on Friday on SmackDown.
Exactly. And you can even have it where they're about to get one of the other titles, and right before then, and it can be Solo, he's talking cash stuff. We're about to get the Intercontinental, we're about to get the USA, we're about to get whatever it is. And nobody can stop us now. And in the match, right before he's about to win, that's when Roman comes out. And naturally distracted, they lose. Roman comes out, and then they can just do the stare down because it's the end of the match or end of the show, and boom.
I think it hits more if Solo was champ
anyway. Well, that's what I'm saying. Solo's already champ, but I mean, I feel like I need to see a month and a half reign. I want to see him going around decimating fools.
That's going to happen. It's like it's going to happen where and you're going to see.
Well, and then Roman can come, and then he can decimate Roman. Because I want him to be able to focus on beating up Roman, not beating up Roman, and then beating up on other people, then beating up on Roman. Because people are still in the entire. Like I said a while ago, I want people to forget. Nobody's gonna forget, but I want them to stop giving these Roman chants, because that's when the pop's gonna hit the hardest. You need people to quote unquote forget. You have to break their will, break their fucking will, bro.
No, I believe in you. You break their will when he beats Roman. That's when you break their will.
No. You can do it twice. You can have them just
it's going to happen twice. Break them. It's going to happen when he beats Roman, and then when they win War Games.
That's funny. I like it. I mean, because you don't really need that much heat. Like, when's War Games?
It'll probably be Survivor Series, so November.
Okay. I guess that's 3 months.
And mind you, like I said, like it's not even like because you haven't even introduced,
because it's called Bad Blood, right? Like,
yeah,
like that's why you bring Roman out in the thing called Bad Blood. It's called Bad Blood.
I mean,
that's when you bring Roman out.
You can have the match at Bad Blood, but as far as just him just announcing that he's back, That's going to happen at SummerSlam.
I don't like it.
Because who was Solo going to face between now and then? Unless you're just going to give him
He can still
some
beat up
random.
on. He can still beat up on Cody one more time.
That's not happening.
Randy's coming back. He can beat up on
He'll
Randy.
he can
He
beat
can.
him. He will
There's
be
so many people he can beat up. He can beat up
he
on everybody.
he can beat
He
up
can
on
just beat up
Randy
on
and
people
KO.
to just beat up on people.
He won't beat up on Cody again. It'll be like Randy or KO.
It's gonna be both of them. That's what I'm
No,
just saying. They just beat up people for the sake of
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Just go into the locker room and just start kicking down people and be like, "I'm the champ. What you gonna do?
I can see Randy and
Who gonna
KO
stop
there.
me, huh?"
But yeah, like Bad Blood would basically be like that would be like the first match with Roman and Solo, and yeah, you go from there.
I like it, but I'm gonna like it. It's all right.
And plus, like I don't know if Roman still lives here, but I'm like, yeah, he can just get some home cooking, drive over to the State Farm, and go ahead and get that check.
Oh, and the women's world championship, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Oh my goodness. Woo! This is gonna be a crazy match. Um this is obviously big mental, psychological match. I don't think there's gonna be plenty of wrestling because both of them are wrestlers, but I think there's gonna be a lot of it wouldn't surprise me if this is like a 20, 25, 30 minute match. Oh, okay. And the reason why this is going to be a 20, 30 minute match is obviously there's going to be a lot of back and forth. Dom's going to come in. He's going to be the interest. There's going to be some foul play. The just real question I have is this when Dom turns on mommy? Like he just got her love back though. So that's the thing. For people aren't booing him as hot anymore because they don't even know if they should cheer for him because honestly they like him with Liv. That's the thing. If he goes with Liv, they kind of root like, they love them some mommy. Like people low key want him to leave mommy because he is messing up the idea that mommy's in a relationship even though mommy's married. You know, but we don't talk about that. So dang, Grego. Oh, there you are. All right, he's coming back soon. But yeah, the my whole thing is, does Dom turn on mommy? And for the sake of story, and honestly, I feel like this entire episode, all of my answers have been the complete opposite of Grego, which is always great. When none of this is on purpose. Uh, so I'm gonna say, yeah, I need him to turn. There you are. Let's go. Oh no. Oh, okay. Wait. Nope. Can't nobody stop us now. Oh no. We might just have to refresh the browser. Dun 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 dun. Oh. Dun 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 dun. This gotta cut this out when I put it upload it to the odd. It doesn't do like mid uh like changes to the audio. Like if your audio is off, you have to hop off and hop back on to get the audio to work. So sent you the invite. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, no. This thing is not a fan of you. Wow. Hating on him. That I guess this is what I get for saying Dom is gonna turn on mommy. Like, bro, I start talking about that in WWE. They censor us. This is what they're doing. All right. Yeah. This is funny. Okay. Yeah, I see you back on. Let's try this invite one more time. Make sure you hit yes for permissions. With like the final thing of the episode, final topic of the episode. Get some tech issues. That's funny. Oh man. Thanks for everybody for being patient. Appreciate y'all. So yeah, why am I rocking this other than the fact that it's fantastic?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
We going free balling because I don't know what's going on with my mic.
Hey, do whatever you gotta do. Let it go.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, fun fact. Nope. Nope. Never mind. Nope. 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 So yeah, what I was talking about, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Do you think this is when Dom turns on Rhea?
I think so. I like the promo that they did on Monday was well the promos that they did on Monday, especially the one where Liv's basically like burning all of her memories of Dom.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's very believable, very believable.
Destroyed their clubhouse.
Yeah. Um, but I'm not sure how the moment's going to happen, but there's going to be a moment either during the show or during the match where Dom realizes that, oh my God, I love me some Liv. I mean, he saw the cheeks last week, so all he got to do is just just bring it all home now. So
So the funny thing about that and those shorts and like we've seen her butt before, like her outfits that she wears, like the cheeks are out. Why did it seem extra scandalous?
I don't think they've ever been that short. I mean, they've been short, but like last week was like short. And
They were basically just like jean
yeah,
swimsuits.
basically. And
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah. Of course, the funny thing is that the shot that they show, like everybody's been sharing on the socials and everything, almost like they ain't all that big, but hey, to each his own. As far as
Hey, we don't yuck nobody's yum. Hey, little booties matter. Like
yeah.
what you ain't over here.
She
Hey,
she might be on team booty on the low. That might just be the case, but but I definitely think that
hey, Meg the Stallion's making little booties cool again.
nah, that thing is big. At least Hollywood big. I always say like there's
Hollywood big.
big.
It's not Houston big anymore though. It's not Houston big anymore. Now yeah, now it's LA big. It's
Yeah,
plenty LA big. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
It's like for like for what you see on TV, it's big for it on TV. Of course, like you and me, if we go to Magic City, we'll know that we'll see some jumps that are just much, much, much bigger.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so if if Dom turns on Rhea Ripley, that means Liv wins, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Which the interesting thing there, that I saw especially on Monday, I think it was like
And that's the end of Judgment Day, then, right? Like, I mean, obviously, it's the beginning of the end of Judgment Day.
Just about, because I feel like the promo that Finn had on Monday when he was about to go up against Gunther, like he's basically saying like everybody is having their match with no help. Rhea's not
Mm-hmm.
getting any help.
Mm-hmm.
Damon's not getting any help.
Mm-hmm.
Him and JD, they weren't going to get any help with their match, and I think that
And he lost.
in all of that, you're gonna see like just everybody split and be like, "Well, I don't need you, and you don't need you, and I don't need you, and you don't need me," and it just all kind of just falls apart. And you like as for as many people are going to talk about the Bloodline Civil War, I think that you're probably going to have the Judgment Day Civil War where you have like um, Liv, Dom, JD, and Finn, and you have Rhea, Damien, and by some matter of
That's how
miracle,
Carlito gets in.
yeah,
That's how he gets in. We need the numbers.
basically,
Oh, I love it. But I'm cool.
that's not cool. That's pretty hard to me, man.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Well, anything else before we get out of here?
Um, I think that it's hilarious how many jokes that are going off on the couch lover. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Um, we didn't talk about Marta's Claymore kick. Um, and, and, she,
Oh no.
and she got set off, and I was like, that she is showing her support for Drew McIntyre
I don't,
even at the Olympics.
I
So
don't know in what world why like she just like turned her brain off for a moment because that was she launched herself.
yeah, like and then got mad about it. I'm like, no, that's a red card. That's a absolute red card.
Marta would have murdered somebody. She would have attacked whoever did that to her. If someone had did that to her,
That was the close. That's the women's equivalent to Zidane's headbutt. Like, because this could very well be Marta's last international game for Brazil
that's fair. That's a good shout.
after an incredible career
Yeah,
with Brazil.
yeah,
If things were to end off of that Claymore kick, that would just be absolutely wild. But but yeah, shout out to Marta. She's one of the goatiest of goats. So yeah, that was just absolutely insane.
and she obviously has a chance in wrestling after.
Yeah, clearly, because I mean,
Obviously, she has
uh,
a move already.
and I don't know if you saw the rugby clip with the girl that looked like she was giving her teammate the last ride. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, HBK, make the call.
Oh man, some of those ruggers could make a pretty nice transition to it. Honestly,
Oh,
I think they'd be a little too physical though.
shout out to the U.S. women's rugby team winning that
Yeah,
bronze.
man.
Like
Yes,
that one chick, Meyer, Alona
yeah,
Meyer, like
Alana. Yeah,
she could absolutely get up in this like tomorrow. Like she
yeah,
absolutely like huge. Like
yeah,
that could absolutely happen.
yeah, for sure, for
And,
sure.
and for those who don't know, Triple H clearly has a type. He likes that China type, and she fits that to a T.
She does. She does. She really does. Yeah, and that'd be cool. That'd be good. Hopefully, some of these people can really bounce and take advantage of this recent attention that they're getting. I mean, Michelle King donated $4 million to the U.S. women's rugby team, so
Drop
that's
that
a good
stat.
step. Yeah, she got it. Might as well spend it, right?
Yeah, man.
Hey, well, give us a follow on social media, Twitter, TikTok, no, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Yeah. There we go. YFW podcast. Um, I'm Drunk Chocolate. Don't worry about me. Follow the pod, thumbs up, like, show some love, retweet the stream before you leave, retweet the stream, get some people to watch the replays, hop over onto the YouTube, subscribe to Shades of Blue NW, Shades of Blue Network, where this episodes and more things will be going live. And then check us out Saturday for a watch along. You don't have to watch it all alone. You can come and kick it with us. And I didn't say, well, no, I did say it. I'm going to be losing my shit. I'm actually going to have to put the camera back some, give me some space, just in case I have to get up and run off. Oh my God, what? Oh, let's go. Like, I'm all in it. That's me. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, baby. Y'all gonna say I'm faking it for the camera, and I'm absolutely not. I do not need to. I am ridiculous enough. I do not need a ham up shit.
Oh man! But no, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, hopefully, I think we're going to have some guests pull up, watch along with us, and I said, come through for the vibes.
Hey, all right. Well, you give us our fantastic ending that we always do.
If you can't be good, be bad. Make sure you follow us at YFW Podcast.
Hey.
And follow me at FTCUTD on Twitter, FTCUTD Pod on Instagram. Quick plug, Chelsea ATL at ftcutd.com/shop on all orders and everything. Like I said, we did some stuff with the Atlanta Blues this week because Chelsea's in town playing against Club America tonight, matter of fact. And I said you'll probably start seeing that on the socials in the next couple of days. But yeah, get at us, get your favorite Western podcast, get at FTC, get at Shades of Blue. Again, if you can't be good, be bad.